Hey guys, it's me Aego here. Hi. Hello. Today I'm gonna do AESPA Winter makeup look on my friend Loa. Let's see how this AESPA Winter makeup turns out on a regular person. Let's get started. First up is the base. Winter has that super fair porcelain-like skin, so I'm gonna use a bright tone cushion foundation. The key is to keep it thin and even. Don't cake it on. I used a brush around the nose to make sure the makeup doesn't cake up there. Look at the before and after. So much brighter and more radiant, right? Next is contouring. Winter has a high, straight-looking nose bridge, so I'm adding contour around the inner corners of the eyes to mimic that look. Loa's nose tip is a bit sharp, so I softened it with contour to make it less pointy. For eyeshadow, I'm using two palettes. First, I'm laying down a muted brown as the base. I'm focusing in on the inner and outer corners of the eyes to elongate the shape. I'll do the same on the lower lash line, applying mainly to the front and outer corners. For eyeliner, I'm using a gel liner. When you're using gel liner, make sure to flip the pot upside down so it doesn't dry out. Winter tends to line the entire waterline and even slightly extends it into the inner corner. Using a precise brush, I'll carefully fill in the waterline and extend the liner at the outer edge for the signature look. Then using the darkest eyeshadow, I'm blending it over the eyeliner at the outer corners and adding a bit more depth to the inner corners too. Just get it really close to the liner you drew and blend it out nicely. That's the key. Now I'm mixing two eyeshadow shades for the lower lash line. It's actually easier if you use the darker color first and then soften it with a lighter shade. After applying it across the whole lower line, I'll deepen just the outer edge to give a subtle extended eye effect. Okay, now curler. Curling the lashes is your job, girl. Now time to put on some falsies. I used Duo Lash Glue in black, and I chose falsies with a slight point at the ends for definition. For the lower lashes, I went with something really natural, not too dramatic. Just pop the lower lashes in the center. It gives a nice little accent without overdoing it. Now on to Aego star. Winter's Aego star is actually quite prominent, so I'm going to define it a bit more but keep it natural. Draw a short line right in the center, then blend it out with a clean brush to lightly extend the shape. It looks way more natural that way. Then I added a pop of light pink eyeshadow right in the center to make it look fuller and puffier. You don't need glitter. Just using a bright matte shadow like this can still make your Aego star look way puffier. Contacts? You should also put this on yourself. Moving to brows. Winter's brows are pretty straight, so I started drawing from the tail, keeping the shape soft and not too thick. Just follow your natural brows and don't overdo it. That way it looks more natural. To finish, I used an eyebrow mascara to line them up a bit just like hers. I swear by brow mascara, I use it every time. If you want your whole look to feel more put together, give it a try. For blush, Winter has it placed slightly below the cheekbone. So I applied it in the same area, and with the leftover product, I dabbed it a little under the eyes for the soft, subtle flush. For lips, I used a velvet type tint. Winter's lips are slightly overlined, especially at the cupid's bow, which is softly rounded. So I used a lip brush to create that gentle curve on the top lip. If you blend out the lip line using the leftover product on the brush, you can get a natural looking overlined lip. And finally, the finishing touch. Winter's signature beauty mark, and the makeup is done.